Hi, my name is Angela Breidenbach, and I'm one of the authors of The Bucket List Dare. And this is a contemporary story where four best friends find out that they want to support each other in achieving their bucket lists or their dreams. And since today is World Read Aloud Day, I wanted to join a bunch of my friends, other authors, and read aloud out of one of our books. And hopefully it'll be something that you enjoy. But really, it's about promoting literacy, promoting storytelling, promoting entertainment and joy, peace and happiness at a time right now where, we need a little bit more fun and joy and peace and happiness in our lives. For me, writing my story in The Bucket List Dare, which also has me, Angela Breidenbach, Jessica Ferguson, Pamela S. Myers, and Linda W. Yezak as authors, was a lot of fun because I got to explore one of my own bucket lists, which is going to Scotland. And Scotland has been on my bucket list since I was a wee lassie. I live in Montana, and I've never been to Scotland, but 3 different of my ancestral lines come in from Scotland, and I am 54% Scottish. So I plan to go. I've been saving my money to go, and I've had a lot of fun just dreaming and preparing for it, including now going to school to get my credentials in genealogical studies and become a genealogical studies lecturer, as well as be an expert when I graduate in English and Scottish, and potentially then going on to Irish and Swedish records. So I'm looking forward to that kind of thing. But while you're with me today, and since it's World Read Aloud Day, I would like to share with you my novella. There's 4 novellas in this book. You can get it, by the way, from Amazon or Ingram or any bookstore that can order it for you if they don't have it in stock. It's a fun one called The Bucket List Dare, and my novella in this one is has a character named Arabelle, and she's recently unemployed, and with a new genealogical certification to her name, takes off for Scotland to discover the answer to a mysterious missing branch in her ancestral tree. And so for me, being able to read from my story, Her Impossible Dream, part of the Bucket List Dare, is my contribution to World Read Aloud Day. So having never read aloud on the screen before or live in front of people before, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I don't stumble too terribly. Here we go. I'm just going to read chapter 1, and if you like it, continue on from there on your own. Arabelle Milligan squealed in glee at the large manila envelope and tore it open. Now she could fulfill that bucket list dare and have something worthy to tell the others. Her college friends could finally stop bugging her to choose something, do something, or create something before her 30th year ended. She would go to Scotland for sure. As soon as she figured out exactly where, she jotted a note to pick up a beautiful frame on the way home from work to display on her new accomplishment. Who knew getting her genealogy credentials would be so fun and fascinating? She savored every word on her second diploma, this time from the University of Toronto, College of St. Michael, Genealogy Department. Arabelle admired the gold embossed imprint and filigree scrolling around the edges. Evening hours spent earning the professional designation in an online college classes were worth gaining the knowledge. Less social life for a short time didn't feel like much of a sacrifice. Not knowing the most recent reality TV star or the latest hit series didn't seem to squelch her joy any. But with her new credentials, she'd solved the generations-old family mystery surrounding John and Margaret MacDonald, her several times great-grandparents. Nothing but the word Scotland showed up on U.S. records. No one knew their story, why they came to America, or why there seemed to be no family letters or photographs. She shot off a quick group text invitation to Jojo, Annie, and Kat for a quick video chat. "Hey gals, Google Hangout during dinner? I have news!" Capping the last word, she grinned. Not one of them would want to miss hearing news from the one in the circle they never had any. Since the last 2 years of coursework took up so much time, it'd be awesome to show her eggy friends why they'd heard so little from her lately. Arabelle breathed in the crisp early spring morning. The sky, shrugging off its cloud blanket, promised plenty of sunshine. The brilliant blue heavens and sunny warmth wrapping around her shoulders added to her already buoyant mood as she walked to her car. At least she had a big window in her office. By the time Arabelle parked in the Express TV lot nearest her end of the building, all the gals responded they'd be available by texting back funny cake, ice cream, and chocolate emoticons. Their code for yes to dinner, but make sure to have dessert handy. She sent back a dancing Snoopy and then sailed into work, happy to solve whatever employee problem presented itself for the umpteenth time. She liked solving puzzles and loved helping people solve theirs. Human resources might not be exciting as a wedding photographer like Annie, always around love, or adventurous like Kat's experience as a soldier, or even warm and fuzzy working with animals like JoJo's veterinarian practice, but it provided everything she needed financially and would always be a corporate necessity. Stability, no chaos, and no unnecessary risk. The perfect life. Besides, the view of the mountains from her window provided a gorgeous living portrait year-round. Arabelle, may I see you for a moment? She stopped, a hand on the doorknob, before entering her office. Sure, Mr. Langdon. What can I do for you? He tugged at his shirt collar, his tie unusually skewed. Come on into my office, please. He held the door for her and then gestured to the visitor's chair while he squirmed into his. Arabelle squinted her eyes and cocked her head. Are you all right? You seem upset. He cleared his throat. I have to tell you something, and I don't like it at all. Mr. Langdon, you can tell me anything. Surely by now you know I'm trustworthy. He kept his eyes on his computer keyboard. You've been the most trustworthy employee I've ever known. In the 6 years you've worked here, I've grown to depend on you with the most sensitive of situations. He licked his lips and rolled them inward. That's why this one is so painful. Her heart sped up. What had her boss done that worried him so deeply? Whatever it is, I won't let you down. He turned red, and dots of sweat popped up on his forehead and upper lip. He glanced up and back at his keyboard. We're downsizing from 400 employees to... Oh, no. All those poor people. She flattened her palm against her chest. I'll do all I can. I'm afraid you're one of the people affected. He blanched, and she blanched with him. I'm one of the people? Arabelle's voice squeaked into the highest note of her soprano voice had ever hit. She heard him wrong. No one let go a human resources manager. Unless the business... She leaned forward. This time she whispered, I'm one of the people? He nodded, head bowed, as his eyes roamed his desk as if searching for a different answer or a paperweight to hide under. She slid back in the chair to keep from falling out of it. I see. So, no moving up in the management ranks. No being groomed for a director position. No retirement from one job. After 6 years, her retirement account couldn't keep her going for 6 months. And the penalties for withdrawal? The big online stores are dominating even the satellite and cable television markets now. We don't have the customer base to justify the large employee pool. That means we can't keep up a large human resources department any longer. He held out an envelope and a packet, the same one she gave to corporate employees who had been phased out for one reason or another. He finally met her eyes. I'm so sorry. I've written a glowing referral for you. Your severance package is detailed in here. It's not personal, but it sure feels like it. Arabelle nodded and took the thick paper packet and envelope. She'd said those very words to the first round of layoffs last year. I understand, sir. Why didn't I see this coming? She blinked as she glanced around the room to keep her emotions in check. Thank you for a wonderful experience. Blinking faster, she held out her hand. I've enjoyed working with you. Her throat squeezed the words into another whisper. He took her hand and bobbed his head in quick jolts. You'll be missed. Take a few minutes to collect your things. He let go of her hand and walked her to the door. Do keep in touch. If things turn around, nothing would turn around. The technology of the entertainment industry was changing too fast. She gave him a smile full of false bravado. I will. Thank you for your professionalism. Blinking hard, she measured her steps. No need to run like a cowardly dog. She didn't do anything wrong. An office door opened and quickly snapped closed. No one liked watching a coworker ditched. Dignity, dignity, dignity. The box on her chair said it all. Okay, that's done. She carried it out to her trunk, slid in the box, and pushed the auto-close button on your year-old MKZ with 48 payments left. Would she have to sell the car she'd worked so hard to buy? Looking up, the promised sunny day slipped away as giant clouds gathered in the big Montana sky. Arable said, "Now what, God?" And that's the end of the first scene. And I realize we're already like 11 minutes in, and I don't want to hold you back from all the things you need to do tonight. But if you did enjoy the bucket list dare with my story opening for Her Impossible Dream, it is in the Bucket List Dare story collection, and there are 3 other stories in there that I think you'll enjoy. And that is a contemporary romance, family friendly, always good for your heart. Thanks for being with me, and if you'd like to see more or have me read more of this story or others, just let me know. Go on over to my website at angelabreidenbach.com, and there you can send through my contact page to let me know what you thought. If you liked having me read to you live, that was a little impromptu and different for me. Or if you want to listen to any of the radio shows that I do regularly, I have one that I recorded specifically as just to help other women, and it's based on a book I wrote called Gems of Wisdom, The Treasure of Experience. That one's also out and available. And then I have a show that's just started up called Historically Speaking, and that one is once a month, and we tell a true historic love story. So if you happen to be somebody who has a true historic love story, you know your ancestors' love story, and you can prove it, then I'd love to hear from you, also through my contact page at angelabreidenbach.com, and that's BREIDENBACH. And if you do know that, or you just want to be a listener to Historically Speaking, you can find it either a link on my website, or you can go to Blog Talk Radio, and I've banded together with other authors, which I love to do because it helps everybody to have more time to write and to have fun together, doing a lot of fun things like radio shows. So we're on a network called Along Came a Writer, and we rotate completely different shows, but you'll hear once a month, Historically Speaking with Angela Breidenbach. And if you are interested, coming up, I have another show called Lit Up that I just got hired to do with producer Sandra Beck of Military Mom Talk Radio, of Motherhood Talk Radio, and she's the new producer for my show that'll be coming out later this month called Lit Up. And you'll get to hear me not only do book reviews, but also interview the author of the book review. And they don't know where I'm getting the reviews from, so it'll always be a surprise to them. And then from there, I will also go into interviewing experts in the industry, whether they are screenwriters, movie producers, book publishers, other authors, people that are experts in the industry that might interest you or you might have fun with. Learning a little bit about the behind the scenes, or if you ever wanted to be in the writing industry, that's the kind of thing that we're going to explore on Lit Up. But first, it's going to be entertaining and always good for your heart and family friendly. So thanks for being with me. My name's Angela Breidenbach, and I have written one of the stories in the Bucket List Dare and many others, and you can find me at angelabreidenbach.com, or you can follow me on any social media, Ange Breidenbach, spelled ANGBREIDENBACH. I really appreciate you just taking the time out with me today. Thanks so much, and I hope your evening and your World Read Aloud Day is wonderful. Now go read aloud to your kids, or just have fun and read aloud to your sweetheart, because it is a really great thing to do, and you have time then to build relationship with them and also improve your reading skills. So thanks for being with me, and again, have a great day.